to the Valley Forge High School hockey team, which your narrator, Jim Francis Angeli, played on from 1973 through 1976. This features 2 seasons, the 73-74 first year that we ever had a team. Our record was 10-7-1, and it was my sophomore year. Then in 1974-75, we've got some footage here from the year that we won the division championship with an 11-3-4 record. Unfortunately, there's no footage here, I believe, from the 1975 and 76 school year. The initial footage on the first reel is all regular standard 8. It's a little bit dim and hard to make out. Forest Wood, I think some at Rocky River, and some at the Elyria rink. The footage that's on Super 8 is much brighter, and it's from the Cleveland Arena, and it's from our junior year. So sit back and relax. Here we go. Okay, a little bit hard to make this out. Video's not all that good, but I believe this might be from junior year because we're wearing blue and that looks like the Cleveland Arena. And I think the opponent here is probably Olmsted Falls, as near as I can tell. We played those guys a lot, and as I recall, we beat them a lot too. I don't think we ever lost to them. Can't make out some of the faces. That looks like Rich Moore over on the left, Joe Cronander. Not sure who number 14 is. I guess I'll have to pull out some of the old data books and the old pamphlets that went with the programs to make out who they are. Looks like Bob Popel on the right. There's number 15, that's me. And there's the line of Chonko, Moore, and Cronander. And on defense, features me and I think probably Gary Strink, as near as I can remember. This is a little bit jittery, which is really unfortunate. It's going to be a little bit tough to make out. The other reels are better. And unfortunately, we got to sit through this, and eventually we get through a splice. Number 12, maybe Rich Menke breaking in. Somebody tied him up and stopped him. Should have been a penalty, doggone it. I can't tell who's breaking in there. It might have been Tommy Dank. Somebody took the puck away from him. Kind of unusual. It's hard to make out what's going on over there. And there's yours truly, number 15, coming off the ice, and behind him, Rich Moore and Cronander. And now we're back on again. Naturally, since my parents shot this, you're going to have that particular line of Chonko, Moore, Cronander, Francis Angeli, and Strink are going to be featured on these films, for better or for worse. And there's 15 blue over there. And very hard to make out and a little bit out of focus. I don't know if we just scored or if the goalie made a stop. Number 7, I think, might be Tommy Dank, as far as I can remember. It might have been on a power play, so that's why he was out there, trying to get a goal. And of course, that's, I think, what was happening. I think Tommy Dank went on defense on the power play, and I think you had maybe Chonko, Moore, and Cronander out there. Perhaps Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss. Sometimes that line produced some good results as well. That's who it looks like is out there now. And again, I wish I had a program in front of me because I think I would be able to make out at least the numbers and announce who it is. Looks like Dink going into the corner, coming out with the C on his shirt. There's Bob Benny in the goal. It's rather fuzzy and hard to make out. Bob Benny was in his senior year and was the starting goalie. Had a good year his first year and a good year the second year as well. And that line, I think, might be the Dank line, Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss. That looks like Eddie Lejeski on the right, who just took a pass, broke in, and scored. All right, there's a goal. People are clapping. 1-0 Forge. Beautiful pass, whoever fed that to him. I think that was Eddie Lejeski. It might have been, well, it might have been Mel Weiss, but I think it was Lejeski, number 7, I think, at that point. And here's where we got a splice, so we're going to stop it, and we're going to fix it. All right, here's some shots of us at the Elyria rink, which was an outdoor rink. I think it might still be there. Might still be outdoor. And of course, we're playing against Elyria. A little bit easier to make out. It's a little bit brighter. Elyria is in red, and of course Forge is in white. Back then, that's the only uniform we had, was the white uniform, and this being the 73-74 inaugural year. So a lot of these, again, are going to be when I'm out there. And there I am on defense, and of course the camera is panning on me. What would you expect, I guess? There's me making a break for the corner there to try to stop somebody. And somebody took the puck away from the Elyria guy. They're still putting some pressure on us, but now we're attacking. 19 might have been Chanko. And of course, this is the warm-up period after the second period and before the third period. They would always clean the ice. Apparently that's what they did. The ice looks like it's just been cleaned and resurfaced. And of course, there's featuring yours truly. I wore number 6 back in my sophomore year. And I think Bob Chippy is in there. There's Kevin Gaffney with the C on his helmet. 16, I think, is Zeman. And unfortunately, I don't remember the others. There's Kevin Gaffney there. And somebody just laid out an Elyria guy. Wish I knew who that was. If I could back it up, I would. 15 might have been Rich Moore. A little bit overexposed here. Have to wait till it clears up a little bit here. Since these were taken outside, you never know what you're going to get. And there's number 6 again, yours truly. These were very hard to see. There, I believe this might be Forest Wood, and that's why it's so hard to make out. In fact, I think it is Forest Wood. We're all lining up the starting line. And there's number 6 out there, so it's probably like a Chanko Moore Cronander line. And it looks like the opponent again might be Olmsted Falls over here. And it's pretty hard to make that out. I believe they had white uniforms just like we did, and that got to be a problem, so we had to put yellow scrimmage vests on sometimes when we played them. I don't know if that was the case today or this particular day when the game was going on. It's either Olmsted Falls or it's St. Joe's, and I'm inclined to believe it's Olmsted Falls. They were in our division, so I think we played them probably a total of 3 times during that season, as I remember it. A little bit hard to focus. We have an autofocus feature on this camcorder that sometimes gets us into trouble. And of course, a little bit more footage of number 6 out there, coming on and off the ice. Some of the shots later on that were taken with Super 8 are much brighter, obviously much easier to see, better film. These are still on standard regular 8 and are very difficult to make out. And we're coming to another splice again, so we'll stop it and we'll fix it. Alright, this is footage that I believe is at the Rocky River rink. We just scored a goal. It's hard to make out the scoreboard, but I believe we're playing Bay Village. And here again, this is sophomore year, 73-74 season. Bay Village had a tough team. They were in the AA division. We were in the single A. They were one level up in AA, and yet we beat them that day. Hugh Coyle couldn't make it, so Bernie Hovey was the head coach for the day, and I guess we won it for Bernie. It's probably the only way that we can look at it. And somebody fed a pass out in front, but Bob Benny made the save. It looked like that was my fault. I had a 2-on-1 there. I was defenseless. Number 2 for Forge looks like Kuhn. And we're changing up. Here comes number 6 off the ice again. Looks like 4-1 up on the scoreboard there, as near as I could tell. But I think we won this 5-2. So we took care of them pretty good. They knew they were in a game when they got through playing us. Getting ready for a face-off. Puck is dropped, coming into our end. There's number 6 putting on a burst of speed to go after that puck in the corner there. I believe icing is the call. I'm back up for the face-off. And we had a record that year of 7 wins, 7 losses, and 4 ties. It was the very first year that Forge had a team, and we did very respectable. We beat some good teams along the way. Now this one might be against either St. Joe's or against Olmsted Falls. They had the same color uniforms we did, with the same red on the shoulder, so they had to wear the yellow scrimmage vest so that we could distinguish who, who was who. Here's number 6 again. Tough to see, it's so dark. I remember we had some pretty tough games with Olmsted Falls, but I remember we also had some very tough games with St. Joe's, and one of them resulted in a fight somewhere in the middle of the game. I don't know if we have that on film or not. We're going to find out later on. This one's almost too dark to see. A shame, really, but I guess we should be lucky that we got this much. I think that looks like Kuhn, number 2. And Gaffney was just in there a minute ago. There's a shot of the bench, but it's hard to make any faces out there, much less that anybody's sitting there. Number 6 again. Somebody's making a break and turn around and stop. I guess I'm putting all that stops and starts training drills that we did in the morning, we're putting those to good use right now. And as you watch these films, you can't help but realize the team was good. If you saw the same team now, the Valley Forge team that of the 90s and early 2000s, as terrible, I think, as old men as we are, I think we could easily beat them if we reformed our team. All right, we're on to the next one here. All right, we continue on now. These are the ones that are on Super 8, and they're down at the arena. This is junior year, would be 74, 75. And that was our home ice surface because Parma Heights wasn't ready yet. So I can't tell who we're playing there. It might be Rocky. There's a goal. Somebody just scored one. It looked like Tommy Dink, maybe. Just scored that one. 1-1, it looks like, with 4:48 left to play in the first period. 2. Oh, I'm sorry, 2-1. Okay. These shots were taken by Paul Meladonis at the time, who was the father of Ann Meladonis in our graduating class. Paul came down and took all these on Super 8, gave them to us years ago, but I haven't been able to show them until recently because I didn't have a Super 8 projector. I just picked this up on eBay here about 2 weeks ago. And that looks like Dank, Lejeski, and a Weiss line. But number 12 I thought was Rich Minke there. That might be Rich, going after the puck in the corner. Hard to tell exactly. I guess back then we didn't all have the same helmets. It might have been Rich Moore. It was a lefty shot. It was probably Rich. Somebody decked somebody in the corner there. Again, I'm at a loss to who this is. It might be Rocky River. I suppose it could be Normandy. I can't make out the shirts to see just who that is. It was great playing down at the arena, but boy, the place looked empty because we only get a few hundred people there. Our loyal fans, the Valley Forge following. That looks like Popel in the red helmet. And a face-off there with Joe Cronander in pursuit. And that looks like Moore with the white helmet, Rich Moore. And our loyal following over on the right. All 50 people. Somebody fed a pass in. Looked like Moore over to Cronander. Maybe Chanko. There's a pass out front. Moore couldn't get a stick on it. Gets kicked away and off to the side. The opposing team has the puck. Looks like Joey Cronander breaking in, feeding a centering pass to Moore. Oh, to Chanko that was. It looked like a little wide or a hell of a good save by the goalie. Couldn't tell which one. A bunch of people falling over there. Somewhere out there is probably number 15. I think that was my line then. There's somebody broke in. Cronander feeds a pass in there. Oh, great save by the goalie. That looked like Dink, Lejeski, and Weiss line. Number 11 was Weiss. 2 might have been Eddie Lejeski, I guess. And we got a splice here. We got a, well, okay, it fixed itself. Apparently they just scored. Whoever that was just ran one home. Maybe that was North Olmsted. And again, that looks like the Chanko Moore Cronander, and there's number 16, Gary Strank, who was the left defense, and I played right defense. Moore and Chanko digging for the puck. Number 9 is Cronander. Joey's got the puck now. Now a face-off. Back down on the opposing team's end. We go once again. I think 18, that might have been Mike Turner. That's definitely Tommy Dink there. He was the captain. You can see the letter C on his jersey. So 13 is Popel on the left. A little blurry. Can't tell if we scored there or not. I don't think we did. Somebody fired a shot from the point. Might have been Ron Briggs, number 14, I think. Somebody just rammed somebody. Tommy Dink. 14 is Briggs. There's Eddie Lejeski. Feed to Mel Weiss, who shoots. Good save by the goalie. And a face-off. Still wish I knew who the opponent was. I just couldn't tell you. Number 18 looks like Mike Turner in the red helmet playing defense there on the point. There's the face-off. Looks like Rich Menke taking the face-off and going in, firing a shot wide. Good pursuit there, Rich. I think we had Tommy Frank, Slivka, and Menke. Another good save by the goalie. With all the shots we're taking, we should have had more than what we had, I'm sure. Doesn't look like we had maybe more than one goal so far. And again, there's number 15 over there. There's Gary Strink, number 16, coming out of our end. Fed to look like Cronander or Moore. Out in front of the slot. There's his pass. Whoa! No goal. There's another shot wide. With all the pressure we're putting on this goalie, and he's making the saves. I can't tell you who that might have been. North Olmsted. Who else would be the Eagles? In pursuit there, looks like Chanko Moore feeding to Cronander wide. North Olmsted's got the puck back. And it looks like Chanko there. Shootley. Good save. Oh, they scored. And we're going to have to fix the film here. Okay, we're back at it again here. Looked like we just scored a goal there. I couldn't tell. This is high-speed film. I remember Paul Maladona saying when he shot this, and it's very hard to see the puck, but you can make everybody else out real well. Number 9 looks like Cronander. Looks like Moore is getting pinned into the corner, or I was getting pinned. That was me. I'll have to get that guy's number. There's a pass over to Cronander wide. Little action in front of our net. Bob Benny in the nets. And it looks like a breakaway pass, but we're right there. Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss out there now. There's Eddie Lejeski trying to feed a pass off. Ron Briggs, 14. Tommy Dink, number 7. Breaking in. Got checked and skated off the play by 2 defenders there. Looks like Weiss taking a tumble there. A lot of pushing and shoving there. I don't know if that was Weiss or Lejeski that laid somebody out. Glad to see that. Eddie didn't do that often enough. There's the Menke, Frank, and Slivka line. You can see Rich over to the left. That looks like Paul Slivka in the center. I think the defense on that line might have been Popel and Knutson. I don't remember exactly. Somebody breaking in. That looks like Tommy Dink there. And the opponent's breaking out with a nice pass, but apparently that didn't go anywhere because the film stopped. Looks like the Chanko Moore Kronander line out there, so yours truly is in there somewhere. Or somebody just laid somebody out. Did we score? No, another good save by the goalie and a lot of pushing and shoving. Looks like Chanko in there. Moore going into the corner, number 8. Puck goes down the other end. Feed a centering pass in. I couldn't tell if they scored or not. Didn't look like it. Apparently Benny was equal to the task. And we're going to have to fix this again. Hold on. Back at it again. Looks like a different game, different team here now. Whoever we're playing as white shirts, we're down at the arena again. Obviously that was a splice that we just ran into, so now we are definitely into a new game. And I can't tell who's... Looks like Mike Turner, number 18. Rich Menke. Looks like Tommy Dink, number 7 on right defense. Must be on a power play. Yet they've broken into our end, and they're going to get off a shot. And maybe another shot. A little bit of hitting going on there, a little bit of elbow there by Rich Moore. And Rich Menke on center, Tommy Dink on defense, Ron Briggs on right defense. Puck going down into the corner. And Homestead Falls there, I think is who we're playing now, and or St. Joe's on a breakaway there. Luckily they didn't score. We actually had a great record that year. It was 11 wins, 3 losses, and 4 ties. So I don't remember losing too often because we didn't. I think we lost to Normandy, and we might have lost to Rocky River that year. And I don't remember where the third one was, but we had 4 ties. A couple of them I think came against Parma. And we might have tied Olmsted Falls in there one time. And there might have been a tie against Elyria, I think. So that accounts for at least 2 of them as far as I can remember. And it was a good season. Ron Briggs on defense with Tommy Dink. At least I think that's Tommy Dink. Somebody just stole the puck from him. That looks like Chanko there. Number 15 is me, and now we're back to the, I think that's Strink and Briggs on defense there. Like Homestead Falls coming in, getting off a shot. Bob Benny made the save. The film got a little darker here. Paul Meladonis must have adjusted the brightness control on the camera. Makes it now a little bit easier to see the puck. Somebody's breaking in for a shot, split the defense, went in, and they scored. Oh, well, that wasn't too cool. Who was defending there? Mike Turner, and I'm not sure who the other one was, but they got another shot off. Looks like we're playing some very sloppy defense at this point in the game. Here comes Olmsted Falls breaking out again. And Jimmy going after him, but he managed to get around me. Luckily, he didn't score. Benny made the stop. Another one, he tried to get around me, and this time he didn't. I skated him into the corner. Looks like Joey Cronander breaking out. Looks like the Cronander, Moore, and Chanko line again. Strank and myself on defense. Quite a lot of footage on this reel. It looks like most of the game. Looks like Mel Weiss going down to one knee. That's the Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss line, which managed to produce some goals, but I think the Chanko, Moore, and Cronander line and the Menke, Frank, and Slivka line actually produced more goals than Dank's line. But collectively, when you would look at the scores and the box score at the end of every game, you would see that the goals were not being scored by the same people all the time. So everybody had a hand in it. It was really a great team effort. And all three lines were good, strong lines with good defense and good speed. And of course, that's why we won the division. We were tough to beat. There's Popel keeping the puck in. I'm trying to. Popel, of course, was in his sophomore year. There's a penalty there. Looks like an Olmsted Falls or St. Joe's or whoever we're playing. There's somebody just got laid out into the boards there. Good hit. Mike Turner passing off. Rich Menke with a shot from the point. Save. Now, we got to fix this out. Maybe not. I got to keep one eye on this projector every time there's a splice. It doesn't always go through, but it did that time. Rich Moore at center. Somebody just fired a shot, another shot, no score. The Falls goalie made the save. He split the defense? Yeah, he split the defense and went right in. Somebody did a lousy job that time. Unfortunately, that's me and Strength blew that one. We let him split us. Luckily, Bob Benny made the stop. And it looks like their guy got a little shaken up on that play, their winger. Digging in the corner. I don't know who that is. Bob Popel, maybe? Oh, it must be the Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss line. Because Popel and Briggs were the defensemen on that line. Same again, Dank, Lejeski, and Weiss. Popel making a play there. Somebody fed to somebody out in the open. Nobody in front of the net again. Nobody up there. Centering pass just trickled away. Somebody broke out. Looks like Mel Weiss. And the puck taken away from him. Ron Briggs going after it in the corner. Trying to head man out. It gets turned away. Weiss has got the puck again. Passing over to, I'm not sure who that